Hey everybody, happy Veterans Day. This is Chris Ward. It's actually only November the 10th, but we're celebrating Veterans Day today, all weekend long. And I wanted to reach out to you because I'm a veteran myself. I spent 11 years in the U.S. Army. 4 years were actually regular Army. 7 years were the National Guard of both Indiana and then Louisiana. But the active duty years were about 9 years active duty, with 3.5 years overseas service between Korea and Bosnia and Herzegovina. So amazing time. I absolutely loved what I did, both in combat arms. I started out as a cavalry scout, so I was in combat arms in the Army for the first 8 years, and then I reclassified into human intelligence collection, and that was a lot of fun. I absolutely enjoyed it, but I just got tired of kind of the lifestyle of, of missing out on, I had nieces that were growing up. My brothers had all graduated high school. I missed all of their high school graduations because I was always gone. And I just got tired of that lifestyle. And that's not how I didn't want to be estranged from my family for the remainder of my adult life. And so I decided to get out after 10 years. So that last year in the military, before I finally ETS'd, I kind of knew I was getting out and started looking for what was new. And so I, have a special place in my heart for veterans. I know that the transition period can be difficult. Life is a lot different on the outside than it is on the inside. We don't have the camaraderie that you do while you're in the military. You don't have that safety net, that guaranteed paycheck every 2 weeks that you're going to have direct deposit into your account. And just I don't think, and you also kind of lose that part of you that you feel like you're part of something bigger, is kind of lost when you get outside of the military. And so a lot of veterans feel lost. And so we want to make sure is to touch base with all of your veterans. It's very difficult for a lot of us to ask for help when we need it. It's something that I struggled with and continue to struggle with a lot is that in times of need, reaching out, because I know all of us, when we got out of the military, they asked us, what kind of support can we offer you? And you didn't want to take any more time getting out of the military. So when they said, hey, are you suffering from post-traumatic stress? Are you having nightmares? Are you having thoughts of injuring yourself? And you were like, no, absolutely not. Everything's fine. I have no aches and pains. I feel 100%. I wake, I sleep perfect. And it just wasn't true because you wanted to expedite just getting out of the military. You didn't want to extend it any further. So you didn't take them up on anything. You just checked all the blocks so you could get your ETS done and get the hell out of there. And so I'd encourage you is whether a veteran that just is either, especially if they're getting out, like if they're getting out of the military, make sure that we have a nice, strong support system for them as they're getting out of the military. Even if they're not asking for help, a lot of times they don't even have an idea of what resources are there available to them. And then if you have a veteran that's been out for a year, especially our combat veterans, that doesn't necessarily mean that they fought. They could have been in a combat zone and had experience with, severe traumatic events. And it doesn't even have to be severe traumatic events. I mean, they could be, because trauma to each of us can be measured differently. And so just reach out to your veterans this weekend, thank them for their service, and ask them, hey, is there anything that I could do for you? And find out where they may need support because, they had, for whatever their purpose was, decided to make a contractual agreement with the government to put their lives on the line, if need be, to defend the Constitution of the United States. And a lot of us have continued our efforts afterwards. So, again, I want to just take time. It's been a long time since I've done a YouTube live. So I wanted to reach out and say happy Veterans Day from one veteran to another. Thank you all to all of you who have served. And I appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.